Racing games don't really let you do destruction, do they? Real car companies don't want their cars represented in that way, apparently. Not cool when video games want to do it, but when a stupid footballer wraps his new Lambo around a tree and it appears in every paper and news site around the world, it's fine. So thank Christ for Wreckfest, where the entire purpose of the game is to drive like a dirty whore and smash shit up. There's loads of content here with tons of cars to customise and tracks to hammer them round. The career mode has some good variety to it. The game hooked me straight away since the first event you do is a smash up involving lawnmowers. It does get a bit obsessed with making you do really long race events where you're going around the same track over and over later on though. As you go through you earn money and XP. As you level up you unlock new parts for your cars, both of the performance and visual variety. You also unlock new cars. You get quite a few freebies as well as ones you need to buy. The cars do feel different. There are small light cars that are good for racing but will get thrown around like the prison bitch in a demolition event. And then you have bigger, heavier cars, better suited to smashing, not that kind of smashing you pervert, and cars somewhere in between. You can add armour to all the cars at the risk of lower performance, so it's a good idea to have a garage of cars that suit different types of events. The visual customisation is limited compared to something like Forza, but you can still put your own personal touch on all of them. I should say the career mode has some stinkers. The 1v1 rival events are dog shit, but thankfully there is only a handful of them. More importantly, it has its fair share of more wacky events, which I think is where the game is at its best. Smash-ups involving only motorhomes and the previously mentioned lawnmower mayhem, but if you want more of that, custom mode is where you should go. In this mode, you can basically make any kind of event you want. A race with only school buses? Go for it, and you earn XP and money for doing it too. It's a shame that you have to unlock cars in the career mode before they can be used here, but I suppose you do need some incentive to play it. The multiplayer is also a good laugh. As you can imagine, it's carnage, and Wreckfest seems like a game that was designed to be a laugh, not an uber serious esports cuntfest. So when you play online, people are doing just that, having a laugh. In my experience, some people complain they were getting rammed. I mean, the game is called Wreckfest, not Pussfest. Just realised I'm quite a bit in and not talked about the gameplay, so here goes. Wreckfest has quite a unique handling model. It can take a little bit to get used to, but once you do, it's really satisfying. It seems to be all about getting the back end out and smoothly drifting through corners. The destruction though is obviously the game's main selling point, and it's cracking. It can sometimes feel too easy to police maneuver an opponent, but when you're ramming and having collisions with other people, it looks awesome. Once you've done a few laps on a race, there is so much scrap metal on the track, it's a Jippo's wet dream. As your car takes damage, it can affect a lot of things. Your engine, suspension, brakes, gearbox, and wheels. They can all be knackered, affecting your car's performance. Personally, I would recommend turning the damage model up a step. The default one makes the cars feel a bit too durable. All round the game feels smashing. You have awesome driving mechanics and the destruction looks and feels great. It says a lot that when I crashed in this game, I found myself going, ooh you bastard. It can be equally fun as it is frustrating though. You battle your way to the front of the pack, smashing everyone out of your way and be in the lead until the last lap of the race, only to get smashed to shit at a crossroad. Also, the physics in the game can hate you sometimes. Going off a ramp and taking a dodgy bounce causing you to end up in the crowd is also really frustrating. You can catch up again thanks to a handy reset button that puts you back on track, but other times it feels impossible. It is balanced out a bit by the AI being able to make mistakes and take each other out. It's nice to see a racing game where the AI doesn't just race the same boring racing line over and over again. There are loads of assists you can turn on or off and difficulty settings. So if you're one of those arseholes who can't come on their love pillows unless they play every game on the hardest difficulty and then tell people on Reddit about it, you're going to be fine here. The game sounds quality as well. If you have the volume up at the start of a race and all 24 cars are hammering it, it can sound like Mad Max is happening in your living room. And as I said, the destruction looks incredible. Your car can sometimes look like a stock cube by the time you finish a race. Overall, I 100% recommend Wreckfest. Even if you aren't big into driving games, it's a cracking time. I hoovered it up on the Steam Winter Sale after umming and ahhing about it for ages, and I'm glad I did. You should take those kinds of risks in life. So you should donate all your money to my Patreon like you have always wanted to.
Breaking the loop pull